Hey there, Raf King, back again with you. Today, we're going over another massage topic here, and it is how to pick the right massage therapist. Right. So let's get into it. Um, so this is a little bit debatable, right? Because naturally you would think um, more five-star reviews and no appointments means yeah, they're probably really good. And I agree with that, right? Like if you're trying to get in with somebody and they're like, I don't have an opening for a week or two, like they're probably pretty good at what they do. Yeah, they've got full books for a reason. If they have a lot of five-star reviews, yeah, they probably have that for a reason, right? But what about somebody new, right? How do you tell if somebody is new but good? Well, there's a little bit of play here, right? You might have to take a chance on somebody every now and again. But for the most part, I like to look at the, really it just comes down to one thing for me: the conversation that I have with that person, right? Um, I had a massage therapist one time. I hadn't met her before. I was going with the ex-wife to go get a massage. Didn't know this person. Just thought, sure, I'll get a massage today. And I had mentioned to her, I really just want to work on my quads today because they're killing me. And she was like, no, we'll get to your quads if we get to your quads. Now that I should have walked out of that place. Like, if someone is going to respond to you with, no, we're going to do my thing, forget that person, right? Like, you don't need any of that. No, I've definitely made suggestions before. I've been like, yeah, your back hurts, but have you seen how your chest is all locked up? Maybe we can spend some time there. Asking and telling are two different things, right? So if your massage therapist gives you a funny feeling in your tummy, then you don't need to see them, right? You can move on from there. The massage therapist should always have an inviting demeanor, right? Like you should feel welcome talking to this person. You might even feel like they're an old friend, even though you're just meeting them. Like that's really the level of connection that you want with your massage therapist. Now, does it have to be the case? No, obviously not. Obviously not. But if you're looking for somebody who's going to be tried and true and trustworthy, then you need to I would have a conversation with them beforehand. Now, I know that can kind of go against some of the policies I've employed with my businesses because I do a lot of online booking where we don't necessarily get to talk first. But the difference is I have to have, at least 100 videos online of my philosophies, right? So at any point, if you want to get to know me, that's already there, right? You can already see how I behave, how I act. I've really put myself out there. Now, if a massage therapist hasn't put themselves out there, does that mean that they're bad? It just might mean that they're terrible marketers, and that's fine too, right? When you going through massage school, they do not do a good job of turning you into a business person. I would actually say that my marketing class and my business class that I took maybe even set me backwards, honestly. Right? There were certain habits that they tried to instill in you that I don't think really had any appropriate place in the field, right? Just to put it nicely, right? But I think so much of it comes down to how do you feel when you're talking to this person, when you're around them. Now, you can't necessarily have me come out to your home or come into the office to have that interaction, but I think a phone call, seeing how they present themselves online, what other people have said about them, that all plays a big role in picking your massage therapist. For me, I get a lot of bad massages. I recently had a massage from Jonathan at Valhalla Bodywork. Oof, that was good. He's really good, really, really good. Part of that, though, is because he listened to what I needed. And that's probably the biggest complaint that I have with massage therapists is I'll show up and say, I need you to work on this body part. And they don't. Or they spend 10 minutes out of the 90-minute session there. And it can be so infuriating for me. So that can be another part where you maybe vibed really well with the person and the massage still didn't turn out to be what you wanted. you should really communicate through that first. But for me, I've gotten so many bad massages that I don't really like gambling with it anymore, right? Like I need it to be a referral. I need you to have an open line of communication, right? Like I need you to have so much experience, and I need you to hold yourself a certain way. You know, when I met Jonathan, you can tell that he was a body worker just by the way he moved, by the way he held himself, by how he spoke. And there's like certain professions you can do that with. Like I'm sure we've all met a police officer and we're like, yeah, that dude's a cop. Like he doesn't even have to speak, right? Like just by how he stands and moves and examines the room, like you know what he does, right? And I don't know if that's necessarily true for every profession. I don't know if I could see somebody and be like, you are a fry cook. Like I know it. Like I don't know. But I'm sure if you're in the profession, like I'm in massage therapy. So when I see somebody hold themselves as a massage therapist, it speaks much more volume to me than if they're just a person who does massage. And honestly, the licensing process in this state is also going to help you out as well, right? In Arizona, you have to have, 810 hours, 720 hours, I think it is, of accredited massage training to be a massage therapist. So also just ask if they have a license. That's a big deal, right? If they don't have a license, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad, but it does mean that they don't have 720 hours of accredited massage training. So I would keep that in mind. Now, take another state like Kansas. I believe Kansas hasn't changed their laws yet, where basically anybody can start being a massage therapist at any time. It's almost like being a personal trainer in this state, where there's no board, so nobody can tell you no, right? It's just kind of based off of what you can bring to the table. Now, that being said, anybody can show up to a gym and call themselves a personal trainer, and it doesn't have the same effect necessarily as having to go to school, having to have a license, all that. So for me, it's that connection. It's how we talk to each other. You're gonna find some massage therapists really don't like unlicensed massage therapists. Like they think they are a cancer on our community and an absolute plague. I go back and forth. I think that if I had to choose one, yes, massage therapists should be licensed. People are safer because of it. Yes, there's more oversight and government control, but if human trafficking gets cut down on and people are safer because of it, then yes, I'm going to involve myself in being licensed. Absolutely. And I can absolutely see why people would look down on you for not supporting that movement, right? So I'm getting off topic yet again here, but basically what I think it would come down to is, how do you vibe with the person? Are they taking their profession seriously by being licensed? Do they have massage insurance, right? Like, are they taking, again, the practice seriously? So I would really just bring it down to those three things. If you want to add on reviews and how often they're booked up, that could give you a lot of information as well. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you. Feel free to check out my mobile service. Feel free to check out my new office that I just opened up. And of course, check out my personal training services and check out my new book. I'm coming out with, at least the second edition here pretty soon. So check it out. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.